You do not need two wide receivers, bro. You don't need no two wide receivers, bro.
The whole conversation going on in your head because you're commenting on many different subjects. Only subject I'm commenting on is wide receiver.
You
need more than one.
You do not. You do not need more than one wide receiver to win.
If you listen, instead of trying to wait to respond.
Go ahead.
The team that you mentioned, when Irvin played, they had another receiver. Whether that receiver was better than, you don't even remember the name, and you brought up
because
the name.
They only had one main receiver.
Hold on, bro. You brought up the name. But how many teams there is that first person off bat, you name it, they start receiving?
Almost every single one of them.
Okay, now, some teams have a good ass backup. In other words, a football version of Jordan and Pippen. Every team that at least did something gotta have somebody to take their pressure off their star.
When Julio Jones made it to the Super Bowl, who was his Scottie Pippen? When Stephon Diggs goes, who's his Scottie Pippen? When Mike Evans goes for Tampa Bay, who's his Scottie Pippen? You can make that argument only for Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. You don't have it. What do you mean?
Who is the wide receiver? You can't even name. Even you said. See, that's where you start mentioning all these quarterbacks. No, your whole
Jamar Chase does not have a Scottie Pippen, bro.
To respond. Your whole conversation was about the Dallas Cowboys wide receivers. I said, well, who else do they have? You couldn't name nobody.
When the Dallas Cowboys were in their three-peat going to the Super Bowl, they had one main receiver. His name was Michael Irvin. They did not have another receiver to take pressure off of Michael Irvin. They had a star running back. His name was Emmitt Smith, but they didn't have another receiver to take pressure off. Therefore, your argument is null and void. Mike Evans, when Tampa Bay went, they didn't have another receiver. They had Rob Gronkowski, but they didn't have another receiver to take pressure off. So, no, I'm not going with your argument. No.
Who was Godwin?
Godwin is not taking pressure off like that, bro. Stop.
Like I said before, while you steady trying to make your little bullshit analogy, my analogy was right on point. I said Jordan and Pippen. Everybody know Pippen wasn't as bad as Jordan. Everybody knows this. But Jordan didn't get over the hump to winning that Super Bowl until Pippen came. Because Jordan had not won a Super Bowl by himself.
Jordan had never won a Super Bowl.
So with that being said, that's just like when we talking about wide receivers, just because Irvin was the big time wide receiver, there was another receiver that also took you got to guard that motherfucker. You can't let that motherfucker run free. That's what I'm saying. Your argument, you trying to name, no team did it. But you don't even know who Godwin is. But yet you bring up Tampa Bay. I don't even watch football because too much of the bullshit rules. And I know that. But you bring up the team and you don't even know the player. I asked you the name player of the first team you brought out, Cowboys. You couldn't even name another player.
Because it ain't no other players. There was no other primary receivers.
You missing my whole point.
To take the pressure off of that receiver.
The whole point of why I commented in the first place. The whole point that I commented, name another wide receiver. I ain't say tight end. I ain't say none of that. Name another wide receiver that take the pressure off.
You don't need one if you're doing your job.
You do need one. What do you mean?
You don't need one, bro.
You said it yourself. You said the answer yourself.
Gallup is a speedster. Michael Gallup is a speedster, bro.
So is Gallup the other wide receiver?
I believe it's Gallup.
So if it's Gallup take the pressure off of Lamb. Like I said before.
So now it's CeeDee Lamb's fault and Gallup not doing his fault.
It ain't.
Now it's my fault that he's not doing his job,
First
bro.
you said Dak.
Stop, bro.
Dak did what he did.
It's his fault for not delivering the ball. The fact about it is you got paid the money. The play starts and ends with Dak Prescott. You wanted the star. You wanted the money. You got your check. You made us think about it. You got your money. You can control it. If you throw the ball where I can catch it, you can control it.
Well,
if you throw the ball where I can get to it, yeah, you can, bro.
He throwed enough to score 32. I'll tell you that much. So now what you say?
defense
If
ain't
they're
doing
not
their job.
catching the ball and he's throwing the ball is not in his hands no more. Now, if he throw a fucked up pass, yeah, okay, I see that.
How many interceptions did he throw, by the way?
I don't know. How many?
I think he threw one,
I
two.
ain't watched the
I think he
game.
threw 2 interceptions, something like that.
I'm not a fan of no team, so it don't matter to me.
I'm a football fan, so I watch.
If you're a football fan, then you should know there has to be somebody to take the pressure off your star player receiver. You got to have another receiver, whether he's great or whether he's just good.
So,
Simple.
the fact about it is,
Simple. That's gonna get you over the hump. But at the same time, you still got to know to read defenses. I'm a defensive-minded person, so with that being said, I don't care how good your receiver is, man. He might get the best of me. I might get the best of him.
The fact
But
about
at
it
the same
is
time,
that
I'm gonna stick to him as close to glue as like I can.
As a
But you gonna have to have somebody just in case it's not working
as a
with him.
defensive-minded person,
Come on, man.
if I know we're having trouble over the top, then yeah, I'm gonna double him over the top.
They scored how many?
I'm gonna double a guy like CeeDee Lamb,
Nigga, it was
Mike
scored,
Evans,
it was beat us by
Jamar
scope.
Chase, Justin Jefferson. I'm gonna double AJ Green over the top all day.
However,
The problem is they celebrate.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check down to a guy like
Algie Crumpler, Dallas Clark, Rob Gronkowski. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna check down to a guy like Kyle Pitts. I'm gonna check down to some of these receivers, these now receiving tight ends, like how Shannon Sharp was, and they're not even blocking tight ends anymore. I'm gonna check down to a lot of my tight ends and make the play that way to a Travis Kelce. You know what I'm saying? Who takes pressure off, you know what I'm saying? Because Juju Smith-Schuster is not getting open for Pat Mahomes. You see,
the thing about it is that when guys like this make arguments that,
oh, you gotta have a primary receiver and then you gotta have a secondary to take pressure off.
I would say Patrick Mahomes, because when they took away his primary receiver and the secondary, which was Juju, wasn't really producing, he checked down to Travis Kelce. And he also used his legs, and he also used the run game. Oh, wait a minute. Now that I'm thinking about it, who also doesn't have a primary receiver to speak of? Hey, real quick, chat, can y'all give me the primary receiver of the Baltimore Ravens? No. But you know Mark Andrews, which is what? A tight end? Wow. Now, who does the ball start with? Who does that play start with? Oh, the star player is Lamar Jackson. Wow. Funny how that works, huh? So, they're actually favored to go pretty far in the Super Bowl without having a star receiver. Wow. Crazy how that works, huh?
Did they win it?
Wow.
Why you going way?
You know what's funny? Real quick. Who is the secondary receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles? Chat, who's that secondary receiver that helps out AJ Brown, the Philadelphia? Oh, yeah, that's right. You don't know him. Hey, real quick, chat. Who's that secondary receiver? Who's that second? Who is Cooper Kupp's Scottie Pippen? Who is Cooper Kupp's Scottie Pippen?
That's what I thought. Crickets. Thank you very much. Check and mate. Thank you, chat room. When you do what you do,
I can probably Google it.
And I do it to you, it sticks to you like glue. And it stains like some boo-boo. But I got to take a number 2. And that's what I do. Holla at your boy. Holla at your boy. Matter of fact, holla at your mans, nigga. Get it.